Previously, the Earth faced the wrath of the Saiyans. But unlike the story we know, this battle didn't end in despair. Bardock survived, Gine revealed her hidden power, and even Raditz found a place among the defenders of Earth. Together, they defied fate, and when Vegeta and Nappa arrived, they too were spared. Now, a new journey begins. The Dragon Balls of Earth have been exhausted, but whispers of another set exist, far away, on a distant world called Namek. The Earth Warriors aren't going alone this time. Instead of Bulma, Krillin, and a young Gohan braving the stars, an entire squadron is heading out. Goku, Bardock, Gine, Raditz, Piccolo, Krillin, Nappa, Vegeta, and yes, even Gohan himself. But this is no simple adventure. To prepare for the threat of Frieza, Bulma has constructed a gravity chamber, an invention that could push the Saiyans to heights they've never imagined. Vegeta, though once an enemy, begins to take an interest in Bulma, creating bonds far earlier than fate originally intended. On Namek, Zarbon and Dodoria stand no chance. The Ginyu Force? Wiped out with ease. But what they don't realize is that Frieza has no idea more Saiyans survived. And when he learns of Bardock's existence, he'll be forced to reveal the truth of his power. But the shadow of Frieza loomed large. Unlike in the story we know, Frieza had no clue that more Saiyans survived. And when he finally laid eyes on Bardock, his blood ran cold. This was the same warrior who had defied him years ago, who had nearly exposed his fear of the legend. Yet, here he stood, alive, standing beside his son and an army of fighters. Bardock didn't hesitate. He stepped forward to face Frieza himself. His power, immense from gravity training, rivaled nearly half of Frieza's base strength. The others watched in awe as Bardock traded blows with the Emperor, driving him back more than once. For the first time in decades, Frieza felt pressure. But this was no ordinary opponent. With a smirk, Frieza dropped the act. He powered up and skipped the warm-up forms entirely, straight into his final form. And with that transformation came despair. Bardock fought valiantly, but the gap was undeniable. Blow after blow, he was beaten down. The others rushed in, but Frieza was merciless. With a flick of his wrist, he struck Raditz through the chest. The older brother of Goku, who had just begun to find redemption, collapsed lifelessly to the ground. And then, Frieza's death beam pierced through Gine. The mother, who had never abandoned her son, who had stood quietly behind the scenes, was gone. In an instant, Bardock's eyes widened. Kakarot's scream echoed across Namek. The losses were unbearable. Something within Kakarot finally snapped. The legend whispered across generations. The fear that haunted Frieza's nightmares came alive. A golden warrior now stood where once was only a survivor. Bardock, broken by loss but fueled by vengeance, soon joined him. And in an instant, the future itself changed. The battle was no contest. Once the golden light stabilized around Bardock and Kakarot, it became abundantly clear. Frieza had no chance. Every strike landed by Bardock shattered the tyrant's guard. Every kick from Kakarot sent him tumbling helplessly through mountains and oceans. Alone, either warrior would have been enough. Together, it was overkill. Frieza's once terrifying power meant nothing now. The legend of the Super Saiyan had come true, and it had come twice over. Frieza screamed in rage, his pride refusing to accept what his body already knew. He unleashed his full power, the ground splitting apart, magma bursting to the surface as the planet groaned beneath the strain. But it was pointless. Bardock stood firm, his eyes cold and merciless. Kakarot moved with instinctive precision, every movement pushing Frieza deeper into despair. Blow after blow rained down until the tyrant's body was broken. Frieza, the emperor who ruled the stars through fear, was reduced to begging with his eyes alone. And then Bardock stepped forward, one hand drawn back, energy coalescing into a massive, spiraling orb of power. His voice rang out, sharp and final. This is for everything. The final spirit cannon tore forward, a golden spear of annihilation. Kakarot's ki flared alongside it, amplifying its destructive force. Frieza was engulfed completely. His body vaporized in an instant. No fragments, no survival. The Emperor of the Universe was gone. The golden light around father and son flickered, then died out. Their hair fell back, their auras vanished. Bardock and Kakarot collapsed into their base forms, breathing heavily but alive. Silence. Nappa and Vegeta could only stare. Their pride as elites crumbled in that moment. Two low-class Saiyans, the very bottom of their kind, had ascended to the legend they themselves had sought their entire lives. That glow, that aura, it could be nothing else. The Super Saiyan was real, and it belonged not to them, but to Bardock and his son. Before leaving Namek, Bardock and Kakarot turned their attention to the Dragon Balls. With a single wish, those killed by Frieza and his men were restored. Raditz, Gine, and countless Namekians, all revived in an instant. With another, planet Namek itself was repaired. Oceans filling, mountains rising, the world returned to what it once was. The Namekians bowed in gratitude, though Bardock brushed it off coldly, his focus elsewhere. Gine embraced her family once more, Raditz standing nearby in silent disbelief. For the first time in decades, they were whole again, a family, and with that, the Saiyans prepared to leave. Frieza was gone, his empire crippled, and the galaxy itself had shifted forever. But this was only the beginning. We'll leave it there for now.